So the name of the game with the spiritual stuff is to actualize what we know to be true and to actually apply all the knowledge that we've been learning about the power of thoughts, the power of words, the power of your perspective in the moment, how you're reacting to your situation, and the power of how you feel about everything going on in your life. And I know that for me, I was like, I ride the roller coaster off and on, you know? Sometimes I'm super on it and my thoughts are on point, my emotions are on point, and my reactions to the situations in my life are on point. And then other times, not so much. And I get lost in madness and drama and my own, like, oh, I wish it were different and better and blah, blah, blah. And all that is well and good. The roller coaster is part of the ride, you know, going up and down on the emotional scale. And what we do with that is the answer, you know, it's the reason why it happens in the first place, so that we can cleanse those reactions, cleanse those thoughts, cleanse those feelings, cleanse the emotional stuff that caused the thing to show up in the first place, the negative situation or the circumstances, whatever they are, financial stuff, relationship stuff. We have these challenges and stuff so that we can have the opportunity to think something new, to feel something new. And if we don't utilize that opportunity, then we keep recycling the same thing over and over. And that's why, like, it's so challenging to change your financial stuff and to change your relationship stuff and to change your health and whatnot, change your diet, because we're so locked into these patterns and find it so difficult to see the moment differently. But that's the invitation. In all the madness, the invitation is to see the moment differently and to think about it in a new way and to ultimately react to the situation in a new way so that we can create something new in our future. Because if I have an experience that I don't like and I react in the same way, like, this sucks, I'm fucking pissed, then I'm gonna create the same thing, dude. It's gonna happen again because that's the feeling that I'm feeling. We know that this is true. It's not an if, it's what do I do with it now? And what we do with it now is change how we're reacting. And that's why it's like the most challenging thing that we'll ever do. Because, fuck, dude, I have to see the moment differently. I have to force myself to react differently. I gotta reprogram my mind. I have to break up the neural pathways that cause me to react in the way that I do and rewire them to react in a new way. And that's like the way of the master. The master knows that what's happening is just an illusion and will change if I change my feeling about it and my reaction to it. And since I've become serious about activating that principle, that concept in my own life and using it as often as possible, 100% of the time, if possible, then I'm recently seeing all kinds of changes in my world. And things on my wish list are showing up, and new relationships are showing up in my life, new people who are hip to the spiritual stuff, who help me grow, who help me work through my junk and come to a new place of freedom and a new place of detachment from needing the situation to be this way or that way, detachment from a particular outcome, and a relaxed acceptance of what is, and at peaceness with the moment regardless of what is happening. And I found that through that process, my situations are changing. All these things are happening. I'm checking things off my list, and I'm finding new ways to feel better and new experiences to feel good about, which is like the ultimate reward. Like, oh, finally, my circumstances are changing. I don't have a crappy thing to react to. I have good stuff. And of course, dude, there's crappy things. What are you gonna do? You're gonna react differently. You're gonna switch up how you're feeling about the moment. And in doing so, you're liberated. You're the driver and not the thing out there controlling your emotions. And, you know, if we're going to function on autopilot, then we're going to keep getting autopilot type results. And it hasn't been working. So, dude, I say it again and again, like, the name of the game is to change how you are thinking about the stuff and change how you're feeling about it, how you're reacting to it. And it's like a lying to yourself process, I found for me. I have to lie to myself about the moment and about what's happening and about how I feel about it or what I would like to be happening instead. I have to tell myself whatever it takes to feel good about what's going on. Take the money thing. It's really challenging to switch up your financial situation, especially if you're not exactly sure in which direction you should move to acquire the kind of money that you want to have in your life. If you can in this moment start to affirm that you are receiving and that your situation has changed, and live in those affirmative statements as much as possible. For me, it was like a talking myself into game where I'm making these affirmative statements all day, every day. As I'm out here in the woods, I'm walking around going, I am receiving, I'm open to receive, I am a receptive vessel. The Christ light within me now frees me from any attachment or resentment toward or from any person, place, or thing in my past and my present. And I am now manifesting my ideal situation in all aspects. I am manifesting the very best of everything. I gotta cross this river. I'm not exactly sure how. So I'm out here making these affirmative statements as I'm creeping around the woods, and my daily walks with my dogs in the woods have become like affirmation time. And yeah, it's a lie, dude. If I look around at what's actually happening, it doesn't reflect what I'm saying, but that's like the whole point, dude. What you're saying is being reflected in what you're experiencing every day. And if you want the reflection to change, you gotta change what you say. And you know that it's true, and we all know that it's true. Words have power. Be careful what you say, it just might happen. But we don't use that knowledge. We don't affirm what we want to happen. We walk around saying like, oh, I hope not, oh, it sucks if, oh, it would suck if, blah, blah, blah. And, enough of that. Turn that stuff off, switch it up. No one's gonna do it for you. Your situations aren't gonna change for you. You have to change how you're thinking and feeling about it for that stuff to change. So that's our invitation, man. And I'll tell you from my personal experience that it absolutely works if you're persistent. You have to let go of the timeline. That was a big thing for me. It's like, oh, I need it to happen in 30 days, so I'm gonna affirm for 30 days. And 2 weeks into it, I'm like, nothing's changing, this is stupid. And give up. And, well, I didn't get very good results with that. So lately, I've moved beyond the whole timeline thing, and I'm like, all right, dude, I don't care. Like a year from now, if things change, sweet. If I've known this stuff for so many years, and I haven't applied it diligently, persistently, consistently, at all, really. I mean, except for short intervals. And so my results have been spotty, up and down. Like, good, bad again. Like, excellent, oh, crappy. And I came to a place in myself that was like, okay, man, I'm gonna do it for like a year or however long it takes. And if I would have started it a year ago and stuck with it every single day just cause, then where would I be now? I'd be living my dream life or something. So I've got a year, I'm a young person. I can do this. If my life changed from where I am to where I want to be in a year, that's pretty epic. Sure, it's not 30 days, that would be sweet, but maybe it will happen in 30 days if I'm detached from needing it to happen in 30 days and am open to the possibility of it happening at all. And so that relaxed detachment helped me to be a little bit more persistent in my applying of the affirmative thing and in my changing of my thinking and my changing of my reactions. And so that's the invitation, dude. Oh, I just want to shout it to everyone. Like, please try it. You'll be psyched if you do. Your whole world can change. It could be sweet. And people doubt themselves, man. I doubt myself. I had mad doubt on every aspect, every level of myself. And there's subtle things, dude. There's subtle, I don't deserve this or that. I don't deserve all of the wonderful things that life has to offer me. And the spirit that animates me doesn't feel that way. The spirit that animates me is like, dude, I gave you the kingdom. Are you gonna enjoy it and maximize it for yourself? Or are you gonna keep being bummed about what has been and what you think is right now, or what appears to be right now, but could totally change at the moment's notice? It's up to you, man. You're the driver. I am just the platform for which you to experience anything you want. And I will manifest myself as anything you want. Just give your attention to it. And gotta remove the attention from the bad stuff, man, or from the unwanted things. So I could go on, dude. I could keep reiterating the same point. But if you take one thing from this little diatribe, it's use what you know. Actualize it. Become become the conscious driver of your thinking process and of your feeling process. And if you do, dude, I promise it'll change. If you're consistent with it. If you're consistent with it for an extended period of time, you have to just let it ride. Just like it's from now on. How long do you have to do it? Forever. It's what you do now. You think on point. You feel on point. You don't give your attention to all the bad stuff in your life and keep reminding yourself of how bad it is. You look at it and you say, oh, okay, well, how would I like it to be instead? I would rather have this. Or for me, when I'm experiencing something unwanted, I affirm what I want to be instead. I am receiving, I'm open to receive, I'm open for my life to change. My life is changing in every moment, and my life is now changing in the best possible way. And I am now receiving the very best that life has to offer in every aspect. And if a person can do that consistently, then that's the answer. So, you're invited to do so. Peace and blessings to you on your journey. Lit.